Jay Gabler, Duluth News Tribune arts and entertainment reporter, back with another special episode of the DNT Minute featuring my column, Front Row Seat. This week I talked to organizer Jim Uray about the uncertain future of Duluth's magic Smelt Parade. It's only apt that when discussing the future of the magic Smelt Parade, Jim Uray is very Minnesotan about it. "I'm not begging. I don't mean to be desperate," he explained last week. "I'm not like, please someone do this. You can't force it." This would be taking over the organization of the Magic Smelt Parade, an annual Duluth tradition since 2012, with the exception of a 2-year COVID hiatus. The jubilant costumed march along the lake walk, accompanied by the brass messengers in the style of a New Orleans second line procession, has become a perennially popular event celebrating the annual bounty of silvery fish. Uray, the event's co-founder and organizer, is setting the project aside after this year's parade and smelt feed scheduled for Sunday. At 65, Uray said he's ready for, quote, more napping, gardening, skiing, camping, bicycling. Also, spending more time with his grandchildren. The typical retirement type of goals, he said. It's not unreasonable to imagine that community members might step up and take the mantle of the larger-than-life smelt queen. Uray was also a longtime organizer of the Summer Solstice pageant in Grand Marais, and that event has been successfully handed over to a new group of leaders. Even the May Day celebration in Minneapolis, which seemed doomed after In the Heart of the Beast Puppet and Mask Theater could no longer sustain the huge endeavor, has been revived as a collaborative community project. "I worked on every May Day parade for over 20 years, said Uray, who moved to Minnesota specifically to work with In the Heart of the Beast, a company famed for large-scale puppetry. His outdoorsy interests soon led him to the Northland, and he eventually moved to Duluth. In 2012, News Tribune reporter Peter Passy filed a report that ran under the headline, "Smelt Run Inspires a Lark Along the Lake." Passy reported, "Comical fishermen with papier-mâché heads chased after their elusive silver quarry with nets and buckets. After an appearance by a golden-crowned piscatorial character dubbed the Smelt Queen, the event paraded down the lake walk toward the Zeitgeist Arts Cafe for a fitting culmination, a smelt fry feast." By the following year, the parade had gained traction, the News Tribune reported, surpassing its fundraising goal and becoming visible at local events throughout the year. "Anywhere a silver-dressed stilt walker is seen," the News Tribune reported, "it's safe to assume it is a magic smelt representative." While a costumed celebration of the humble smelt might have seemed to some like a chancy proposition, Uray said he wasn't surprised at the event's success. "I've seen how enthusiastic people are at these other events," said Uray, citing Carnival celebrations in Trinidad and elsewhere. "I had some experience in terms of crafting and designing and putting together the various elements, so it didn't really shock me that it was popular." The elements that have made the Magic Smelt Parade a success include planning. There are advanced workshops for participants to smelt up, music, and food. While the staff at Zeitgeist have hosted the party and prepared the smelt, which is no small chore, said Uray, it doesn't seem obvious to me that they would be stepping into the bigger art production role upon his retirement. Anton Jimenez Clockle, who co-founded the parade with Uray, said he hopes to see the event continue. Quote, "We have a delightful crew of core creatives in Duluth that has helped with the success of this event, and now is the time for us to come together and envision what the future will hold," Jimenez Clockle wrote in an email. Jimenez Clockle said the event needs a new nonprofit fiscal sponsor, as well as help from grant writers, business sponsors, and of course, artists. Jimenez Clockle wrote, "I would welcome and challenge anyone who loves this event to reach out and strategize with us on making the Smelt Parade a continued tradition. I am happy and excited to face this new challenge, but it will be impossible without the help of the community." Uray said it was moving to visit last year's Summer Solstice Parade in Grand Marais, his first time going merely as a community member rather than as an organizer. He explained, "There was this scroll, this prop that was prominently featured in the show. It was passed through the animal kingdom and it went over a waterfall. There was a lot of attention drawn. What's the scroll all about?" Uray said he started to worry the scroll would say something predictable like, "Build community" or "Save the Earth." Instead, he was happily surprised. He remembered, "When they unfurled the scroll at the very end, it was a recipe for papier-mâché. I just thought, That is so beautiful. They nailed that. I felt like this was very much in accord with my approach to the work, which is it's simple and it's humble. It's also kind of profound. That description also fits Ure's favorite memory from the Magic Smelt Parade, watching his grandchildren jumping around in their silver costumes. To him, that sense of play is what's made all the hurdles worthwhile. Ure said, really, it's adults playing too. With the Smelt Parade, it's a playground, it's a time out from life, the stress, the worries, the concerns of everyday life. Creating that space, though, takes some work. It's the administrative part, the fundraising and logistics, getting the permits, the stress, just at my age, I'm kind of losing stamina for, said Ure. If Ure's retirement marks the end of the Magic Smelt Parade, so be it. If not, the founder promises he'll be there when the Smelt Queen runs again. In fact, he said, I'll be loud and proud. That's this week's column. I'll be back next week with a report from Bob Dylan's annual birthday party celebrated at his first house right here in Duluth. Until then, I'm Jay Gabler, Duluth News Tribune.